Welcome back to Time News TV. Today we bring you the latest updates on celebrities who sadly passed away. Join us as we look back on their lives, their achievements, and the legacies they've left behind. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel so you never miss a story from Time News TV. Jon Landau, the visionary film producer behind some of the most successful movies in cinematic history, passed away in Los Angeles at the age of 63. Known for his close collaboration with director James Cameron, Landau's career was defined by groundbreaking films that not only broke box office records, but also redefined the possibilities of modern cinema. Born on July 23, 1960, into a family of producers, Landau seemed destined for a life in film. He studied at the University of Southern California's School of Cinematic Arts, laying the foundation for a career that would change Hollywood forever. In the 1980s, he worked as a production manager on films such as Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and Dick Tracy, before quickly rising through the ranks. By the age of 29, Landau was already the executive vice president of feature film production at 20th Century Fox, where he oversaw major hits like Home Alone, Die Hard 2, Mrs. Doubtfire, The Last of the Mohicans, and Speed. But it was his partnership with James Cameron that turned Jon Landau into a household name. Together, they created Titanic in 1997, a film that became a global phenomenon. Winning 11 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, it went on to become the first movie to gross more than $1 billion worldwide. Landau's skill in producing helped turn Cameron's ambitious vision into a reality. Their next collaboration, Avatar, released in 2009, would break new ground in visual effects and 3D technology, eventually surpassing Titanic as the highest-grossing film of all time. Its long-awaited sequel, Avatar: The Way of Water, released in 2022, earned over $2.3 billion, cementing Landau's role in creating three of the highest-grossing films in cinema history. Beyond film, Landau also served as the chief operating officer of Cameron's Lightstorm Entertainment and played a key role. Jon Landau, the visionary film producer behind some of the most successful movies in cinematic history, passed away in Los Angeles at the age of 63. Known for his close collaboration with director James Cameron, Landau's career was defined by groundbreaking films that not only broke box office records, but also redefined the possibilities of modern cinema. Born on July 23, 1960, into a family of producers, Landau seemed destined for a life in film. He studied at the University of Southern California's School of Cinematic Arts, laying the foundation for a career that would change Hollywood forever. In the 1980s, he worked as a production manager on films such as Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and Dick Tracy, before quickly rising through the ranks. By the age of 29, Landau was already the executive vice president of feature film production at 20th Century Fox, where he oversaw major hits like Home Alone, Die Hard 2, Mrs. Doubtfire, The Last of the Mohicans, and Speed. But it was his partnership with James Cameron that turned Jon Landau into a household name. Together, they created Titanic in 1997, a film that became a global phenomenon. Winning 11 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, it went on to become the first movie to gross more than $1 billion worldwide. Landau's skill in producing helped turn Cameron's ambitious vision into a reality. Their next collaboration, Avatar, released in 2009, would break new ground in visual effects and 3D technology, eventually surpassing Titanic as the highest-grossing film of all time. Its long-awaited sequel, Avatar: The Way of Water, released in 2022, earned over $2.3 billion, cementing Landau's role in creating three of the highest-grossing films in cinema history. Beyond film, Landau also served as the chief operating officer of Cameron's Lightstorm Entertainment and played a key role in developing Disney World's Avatar attraction, bringing the world of Pandora to life for millions of fans. James Cameron paid tribute to his longtime collaborator, calling him not only a great producer, but a great human being whose generosity and belief in the art of cinema will never be forgotten. Jon Landau's legacy is forever tied to the magic of movies and the power of storytelling. Lance Reddick, the veteran actor whose deep voice and magnetic presence made him one of the most respected figures in television and film, has passed away at the age of 60 due to natural causes. Known for his unforgettable roles in The Wire, Fringe, Resident Evil, Bosch, and the John Wick films, Reddick left behind a career defined by power, elegance, and versatility. Born in Baltimore, Maryland, Reddick grew up with a passion for the arts. Initially pursuing music, he studied at the University of Rochester before shifting his focus to acting and enrolling at the prestigious Yale School of Drama. His training gave him the discipline and craft that would define his performances for decades to come. Reddick's first major television breakthrough came in 2000 with HBO's Oz, where he played an undercover detective struggling in the violent world of a maximum security prison. Just 2 years later, he cemented his legacy with his role as Lieutenant Cedric Daniels on The Wire. Set in his own hometown of Baltimore, the series became one of television's greatest achievements, and Reddick's stoic yet deeply human performance made Daniels one of its most memorable characters. His commanding presence led to a series of roles as leaders and authority figures. He became the no-nonsense Homeland Security agent Philip Broyles in Fringe, the LAPD chief Irvin Irving in Bosch, and appeared as a sinister scientist in Netflix's Resident Evil series. On the big screen, Reddick was best known as Charon, the elegant concierge in the John Wick franchise, where he brought dignity and quiet strength to an action-packed world. Norman Steinberg, the Emmy-winning screenwriter best known for his sharp wit and timeless contributions to comedy, has died at the age of 83 at his home in upstate New York. A gifted storyteller with a knack for balancing satire and heart, Steinberg's work shaped some of the most beloved comedies of the 1970s and beyond. Born in Brooklyn, New York, Steinberg's career path didn't start in Hollywood. He originally trained and worked as a lawyer before deciding to pursue his passion for writing. His decision proved wise, as his talent for humor quickly set him apart in the entertainment industry. Steinberg got his big break in television, winning an Emmy early in his career for his work on Flip, the Flip Wilson variety show that helped define a new era of comedy on TV. He later brought his voice to other notable projects, contributing to series such as Cosby, Doctor, and Teach. But it was in film that Steinberg made his most lasting mark. He co-wrote Mel Brooks' 1974 classic Blazing Saddles, a boundary-pushing satire that lampooned racism, politics, and Hollywood itself. The movie remains one of the greatest comedies of all time, and Steinberg's writing played a crucial role in its biting brilliance. He went on to pen My Favorite Year in 1982, a semi-autobiographical comedy inspired by his own experiences, working with larger-than-life personalities in television. The film earned critical acclaim and became a cult favorite, cementing Steinberg's place as a master of comedic storytelling. Other notable credits included Johnny Dangerously, the satirical gangster comedy starring Michael Keaton, as well as films like Yes, Giorgio, Wise Guys, and Funny About Love. His work consistently balanced absurdity with warmth, often grounding over-the-top scenarios with relatable characters and heart. Norman Steinberg's legacy is one of laughter. From television's variety shows to some of cinema's greatest comedies, his words brought joy to millions and influenced generations of comedy writers that followed. With his passing, Hollywood loses not just a sharp comedic mind, but a storyteller who understood that laughter could both entertain and challenge the world. Nicolas Cage, one of Hollywood's most eccentric and enduring stars, has built a career defined by intensity, unpredictability, and sheer passion for the art of acting. Born Nicholas Kim Coppola on January 7, 1964, in Long Beach, California, he grew up surrounded by film influences as the nephew of legendary director Francis Ford Coppola. Wanting to carve his own path, he changed his surname to Cage, inspired by comic book hero Luke Cage, to avoid nepotism and build his identity on talent alone. Cage burst into the spotlight in the 1980s with roles in Valley Girl and Peggy Sue Got Married, before cementing his reputation with the Academy Award-winning performance in Leaving Las Vegas, 1995. His career then took him into blockbuster territory, with unforgettable turns in The Rock, Con Air, Face Off, and National Treasure. Known for his fearless approach to acting, Cage embraced both critically acclaimed projects and offbeat roles, gaining a reputation for giving everything to every performance, no matter the film's scale or budget. In recent years, Cage has experienced a remarkable career renaissance. Films like Mandy, Pig, and The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent have reminded audiences of his unique brilliance and versatility, drawing both critical and fan praise. He has proven that his artistic spark remains as strong as ever. When it comes to his health, Nicolas Cage has generally managed to avoid major medical concerns that often shadow stars with decades-long careers. While he has faced personal struggles with stress and financial setbacks in the past, Cage has kept himself active and healthy into his 60s. He continues to work on multiple projects each year, often performing his own demanding action sequences. Recent public appearances show him in strong shape, with no reported serious health issues. Today, Nicolas Cage is not just an actor but a cultural phenomenon, admired for his unpredictability, his willingness to take risks, and his refusal to conform to Hollywood norms. With new films constantly on the horizon, he remains as active as ever, proving that passion and creativity can keep both a career and spirit alive well into later years. Wayne Swinney, the guitarist and founding member of the NU metal band Saliva, has died at the age of 59 after suffering a brain hemorrhage while on tour. His sudden passing marked the end of an era for the group, as he was the last remaining original member of the band that helped define the early 2000s hard rock sound. Born in Memphis, Tennessee, Swinney found his calling through the guitar, developing a style that blended heavy riffs with a sharp melodic edge. In 1996, he co-founded Saliva alongside Josie Scott, Chris DeBaldo, Dave Novotny, and Paul Crosby. From their earliest days playing in clubs, Swinney's powerful guitar work became the backbone of the band's sound. Saliva broke into the mainstream with their 2001 major label debut Every 6 Seconds, an album that produced the hits Click Click Boom and Your Disease. The latter earned the band a Grammy nomination for Best Hard Rock Performance and helped catapult them into the NU metal spotlight. Their aggressive yet catchy style made them a favorite among rock fans, with Swinney's riffs giving the band both its edge and its staying power. Over the years, Saliva released 10 studio albums, including Back Into Your System, Love, Lies, and Therapy, and 10 Lives. Despite lineup changes, Swinney remained a constant presence, guiding the group's sound and serving as a creative anchor for nearly 3 decades. Current members Bobby Amaru, Brad Stewart, and Sammy Joe Bishop carried on alongside him, with Swinney's energy fueling live performances right up until his final tour. Beyond his music, Swinney was remembered by friends, bandmates, and fans as a warm and passionate figure who lived for the stage. His loss leaves a major void in the world of hard rock, but his contributions to the genre remain enduring. Wayne Swinney's riffs, spirit, and dedication to his craft helped define a generation of rock music. Though gone too soon, his sound continues to echo through the speakers of fans around the world, keeping his legacy alive with every note.